Hello, everybody. Real World Eric and Zach here. Dude, the hair is for real. That's awesome. My wife brought up the fact that we're having a blizzard coming in tonight, but my wife brought up the fact that Jim Cantore is in Plymouth, Massachusetts right now. That's how big this storm is going to be. So I joked and I was like, oh, let's go see him. Well, guess what? We're going to go try to find Jim Cantore out in Plymouth. And if not, we'll make a little ride out of it. But we're going to see. He's at Plymouth Rock. That's the last thing we knew. And Zach's excited because that's like one of his role models. And there's Maddie in the back, still trying to find her jacket. But we're going to get there. So we're in the car. Jim Cantore has been found in Plymouth, Massachusetts. This is big. If you don't know who Jim Cantore is, I'll show you a little snippet if I can right about now.
Jim Cantore from our partners at the Weather Channel learned that firsthand, covering the storm this afternoon in Punta Gorda.
Just came flying by. All right, you know what? I think I'm just going to come in here for a second. It's getting a lot darker out there. So here it comes. Here it comes. The wind's going to get stronger, and it's going to get a lot more intense here. And we're going to be in that for a while.
So that's Jim Cantore. I'll also show you a snippet because Zach one year, I think you tried to be him for Halloween, right?
I was him.
He was him. He was him. So I'm going to show you a little snippet of that right now.
Breaking news! It's windy! Very windy! Leaves are blowing! It's very windy!
All right. Well, we're still waiting, but we're waiting to go to Plymouth, Massachusetts. If we are successful, we're hoping to get an autograph. Zach has the old Weather Channel hat that we made way back in the day. Did we make that or we bought it?
We bought it.
Oh, we bought the Weather Channel hat. So we have the Weather Channel hat that we bought way back in the day, and we're going to try to get an autograph from Jim Cantore. Even though he's working, we're going to see if we can make it happen. This is epic. This is like probably going to be the best vlog that we've had thus far, because it's actually an adventure. 3 hours before the storm, we're on our way to try to locate Jim Cantore. Will we be successful? Who knows? But it gives us something to do. Did anyone ever see that movie Twister? That's what this feels like. It's like before the storm. We have learned new updates, by the way. The storm's name is what, everybody? Hernando. Not Fernando, Hernando. Hernando is about to bring its grimy claws to the New England area and drop about at least 12 inches of snow. Everyone has no work, no school tomorrow, and we're on the hunt for Jim Cantore. And I can assure you, we are not stalkers. But we are going to be watching the Weather Channel and seeing if we can find out where he is. So, I don't consider that stalking. Do you?
Yeah, no, we're not stalking.
We're not stalking.
We're locating where he is. And
We're
learning more about
locating.
him.
Locating. So we're going to see if we can find Jim Cantore. If not, we're going to have a nice time out before Hernando. Made it to Plymouth, everybody. Jim Cantore was last seen down that way towards Plymouth Rock. Love your hat. But you can see that even the little harbor here is all iced over. So we're gonna see what we can do. Plymouth Rock is, if you don't know, it's a rock that supposedly the Pilgrims landed and stepped on when they came to Plymouth. But they did land in Provincetown first. They actually had a boat that went out and searched out Cape a little bit. We're in Pilgrim Memorial State Park. Usually you'd have the Mayflower too over there, but it's obviously not there. It's a recreation of the Mayflower. And Jim Cantore was seen out here. Up there is a famous statue of Massasoit. Massasoit was the leader of the Wampanoag tribe. That was the tribe that was here when the Pilgrims came and they helped them out. So that's why there's a statue of him there. You got Pilgrim Hall, which has some things there, but we're gonna see if we can find Jim Cantore. Plymouth Rock, landing place of the Pilgrims. So they used to put the rock in the Thanksgiving Day parade here back in like till the 70s or something like that, because then it fell off the trailer that it was on and broke in half. So if we get a picture of this, which we probably will try to do, it'll have a big crack that has like a cement-like bonding in it. But I used to come here as a kid all the time. And here is supposedly the rock that the Pilgrims first stepped on when they came to America. At least in Plymouth, this is supposed to be the rock. So if you're wondering what Plymouth Rock is, this is what it is. And it's supposed to say 1620, but the snow's covering the bottom. There's that big crack. It goes out to a harbor. They have a camera there, so they make sure that you don't jump in there. They've had problems in the past with that. And then you got Pilgrim Hall up there. So that has some exhibits in it. We're here for Jim Cantore if we can find them. Geese have been spotted. Geese. If you look up this road here, this is the first road in America. This is where the Pilgrims actually lived. Obviously, these houses are a lot newer than the 1600s, but that is the first road in America, and that's called Leyden Street. You can actually go to this place called Plymouth Plantation, and they rebuilt it, but this is the actual road where the Pilgrims lived, right there. And if you go all the way down that road, they're going to have a church at the end of it. That's where the old fort/church used to be for Pilgrims, on Leyden Street. First road in America. We're still looking for Jim Cantore. Still looking for him.
Guys, this is fun walking. That's very good.
It's cold. And one more time for Leyden Street, first street in America. Back there is where the old fort was and stuff. And then this hill right here, they buried some Pilgrims in. And then Brewster's Gardens over here has like the town brook going through it, and that's where they got their drinking water. Hello, ducks. Hello. Hello, ducks. Do you know that there's a storm coming? Do you know where Jim Cantore is? No? He was right here about an hour ago. Okay. Thanks. Believe it or not, there's a news camera right here at Plymouth Rock. And we waited. So we'll see what's going on. That might not be, or it might be. We don't know. It's Fox 25 over there. That is not the Weather Channel. Right, Maddie? You look cold. Are you cold?
Freezing.
Maybe put the hood on. Do you think these ducks know that there's going to be at least a foot of snow there? It's almost like they know something. Hey, ducks. We're still driving. We actually walked around a lot. We missed him like by an hour, but we're hoping he comes back out for like a report or something. I'm like watching the Weather Channel, and we're just driving around a couple times here in Plymouth, so we'll see what happens. Everyone's starting to look like Jim Cantore now, though. That's the problem. You're like, look. So,
Oh my God, that bush looks like
green
Jim Cantore.
that bush did look like Jim Cantore. The roads aren't the best over here either, because they've been doing this construction for years, though, over here on the waterfront. But he's wearing green pants, a black Weather Channel jacket, and a black weather beanie, for lack of a bad term. And my wife is calling me a stalker, so this is great. But anyways, we'll see if we can find him still. It's getting dark here, though. It's 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We're back on our feet here. It's getting dark here in Plymouth. We have not seen Jim Cantore. We have identified where he was, which is the other side of this. What do you call this thing? Well, I know it's Plymouth Rock, but what do you call this classical
The White
architecture?
House, except it's housing Plymouth
Portico?
Rock.
No, I could be wrong on that.
The White House, but it's for Plymouth Rock.
But anyways, still have Plymouth Rock down there.
Hello, what would you like to buy for my restaurant?
This is not a restaurant,
This is.
unless it's called The Rock.
Welcome to the Rock.
This is called a restaurant.
That's a good look for you. So we'll take another look at Plymouth Rock, because it seems to be the only thing that we can actually see. But I used to come here as a kid a lot. There's also some things down there that really don't belong down there, which I'm going to try to keep off the phone. And that's why they have cameras. One time I think the rock got vandalized. I remember, this is like the 90s, I think. Someone painted a swastika on that thing. Pilgrim Memorial State Park. So that tells you the whole story about Plymouth Rock and stuff. So someone identified that rock as the first rock that they stepped on. But that was in 1741, so that's why some people think that maybe it wasn't real. But look at all this ice here. There's a seawall out there. And as Jim Cantore reported, that seawall keeps it so that the waves don't come in here. But Plymouth, I guess, according to Jim Cantore, is really worried about the ice coming up with the tide. So we'll see about that. But he was around here somewhere when he filmed. So that's why we kind of just hung out around here. But I don't know if we're going to get to see him unless he comes out. All right, so we tried. It doesn't look like we're going to see Jim Cantore today. But we did try. And we did get to look at Plymouth a little bit. The ducks are gone.
It's much more pleasant in July.
It is, yeah. It's definitely more pleasant here in the summer when things pick up in Plymouth. But from Plymouth Rock, we tried. So we are going to try, I guess, to see if the seafood restaurant Lobster Hut, they're open. We're going to see if we can get some food. I don't know. We don't want to stay here too long, though, because the snow is coming in. They're reporting that Montauk's starting to get, like, the winds and everything. So that's on Long Island. But we are in one of the biggest snowfall estimated areas here. So that's why everything's canceled for tomorrow and this and that. Say that again?
I said, we're going to go to Lobster Hut, and we're going to get food, and we're going to eat it, and then Jim Cantore is going to come out of his little, like, truck for the day,
Probably it's going to happen.
and he's going to be like, breaking news, live from Plymouth, Massachusetts, and we're going to be...
From the Lobster Hut. Hey, look at us. We're at... No, I'm kidding. I don't know. Lobster Hut. I used to come here as a kid all the time. So, we'll see what happens. Guess what, everybody? We found Jim Cantore. All right, let's let him do his job, though, okay? We found Jim Cantore. It took a while. Well, let's see what happens. I'm gonna turn the camera off for now.
Reynolds, nobody knows the backstory of that, but I'm going to tell everybody, okay? You were in Boston. You got the thunder and lightning first. I was completely demoralized. I put my face down in the snow. I was like crying like a baby. And then I got up. I did my shot. I regrouped. And when we got it, I went ballistic.
That was a good one, because you know what? Both Reynolds and I could have it again. And I'm going to show you guys that. A lot of folks have been asking about the thunder. So again, this was a wild day. It was on earlier today.
I went absolutely ballistic. Anyway, looking forward to your stuff, buddy. Thanks for taking me down memory lane. That was a good one, because you know what? Both Reynolds and I could have it again, and I'm going to show you guys that. A lot of folks have been asking about the thunder snow.
So here's the general thunderstorm outlook for SPC. This next map. Look at this. Look at this. South of Boston, all the way down to the Cape. Where Reynolds is, Montauk, New York, Jersey, down the Turnpike, all the way into the Chesapeake Bay. Possibility of snow. And now that we've changed over a lot of these areas, it's all possibility of thunderstorm. So a warm day today, 34 degrees, and this is one thing interesting about this storm, I find, especially given January with some of the things.
It's raining in New Jersey. Then all of a sudden, we finally crashed to snow. And it was awesome. It was absolutely awesome watching that. Here, Steve, hold that, because I can't move this thing without...
Jim Cantore is an OG. No, I'm kidding. He's an awesome guy, though. It took time. And Zach, what did he do? He signed his hat, his Weather Channel hat from when he was a kid. How cool is that? You don't see that every day. All right, now I'm going to get home and be safe. All right, cool? All right. All right, we're going home. That's it. Jim Cantore. We found him. And that was the mission. Mission accomplished. Let's get through this blizzard. We were just remarking about how it's good that we stayed for dinner and went to the Lobster Hut, which is right over there. Pretty good seafood place past the snowbank. And if we didn't stay, we wouldn't have seen Jim Cantore. And literally, now that he's probably moving on somewhere, not that you'll see this till the next day, but he was literally like 300-400 feet away from the Lobster Hut down there. And we kept saying, oh, wouldn't it be funny if he just showed up at the Lobster Hut? It's like totally ironic and weird. So yeah, that was awesome. Well, we got to meet Jim Cantore.